Most video production companies fail because they try to be everything to everyone. And maybe that's you right now, working longer hours, chasing every kind of client, saying yes to projects that don't even light you up. The result is muddy messaging. Clients scroll past, opportunities dry up, and you end up overworked, underpaid, and overlooked. But here's the shift. Clarity wins. The video production companies that dominate choose a niche, build a signature offer, and position themselves so clearly that their dream clients recognize them instantly. So I'm going to share with you how to fix your muddy messaging with stronger brand positioning, so instead of begging for attention, the right people come looking for you. Let's get into it. The reality is, if your video production company messaging tries to speak to everyone, it actually convinces no one. You don't have a sales problem, you have an identity problem. When potential clients land on your website or see your content, they need to know within 3 seconds whether or not you're for them. Not maybe for them, not could work with them if the budget's right, not watch our showreel and hope they see something they like. They need to feel it in their gut. This is exactly what I need. These are my people. But most video production companies sabotage themselves before they even start. They list every service they offer like a buffet menu. Corporate video, event coverage, social media content, training videos, animations, product shoots, God forbid, music videos, or that short film with those annoying crests that nobody outside that film festival cares about. You don't need to throw the whole kitchen sink at them. Because here's what happens in your potential client's mind. Nothing. When you offer everything, you stand for nothing. There's no emotional connection, no clear reason to choose you over the dozens of other video production companies they're comparing. Think about it this way. When you walk into a restaurant that serves Italian, Chinese, Mexican, and burgers, what's your first thought? That they're probably not great at any of them. The same principle applies to your video production company. Stop selling the buffet. One signature offer will outperform your entire menu of maybes. A signature offer is the one thing you're known for. It's specific. It resolves a clear problem, and it's designed for one type of client. Let me give you an example from one of my mentoring clients. They were struggling to win government contracts. They were pitching video production for government departments, which sounds reasonable, sounds niched, until you realize dozens of other companies were saying the exact same thing. The breakthrough came when we identified what actually made clients choose them. They weren't just doing video production. They were providing external capacity support when their internal government teams were maxed out or needed something beyond their scope. That's not a service. That's a solution to a bleeding neck problem. Once they repositioned their messaging around external video production support for government teams at capacity, everything changed. The messaging became clear. The values proposition became obvious. The ideal clients could immediately see themselves in it. That's what a signature offer does. It takes your expertise and packages it in a way that makes someone go, that's exactly what I need. Here's how to find yours. First, look at your past client work. Which projects did you absolutely love? The ones where the client was a dream to work with, where you delivered something you're proud of, where they came back for more. They trusted you. Second, identify the common thread. What problem were you really solving? Not we made a video. What business outcome did that video create? Did it help them recruit better candidates, position them as industry leaders, generate leads? Third, who was the person who hired you? Not the company, the actual human. What was their role? What kept them up at night? What made them choose you? That person becomes your avatar. That problem becomes your focus. That solution becomes your signature offer. If you pick one avatar, you can watch your revenue rise. This is where most video production companies get stuck. They worry that choosing one type of client means turning away other opportunities. And you're right, it does mean that. But here's what they don't tell you. When you try to appeal to everyone, you appeal to no one. When you speak directly to one person's pain, everyone with that pain feels seen. With that mentoring client I mentioned, we identified one specific person from their past projects, a senior project officer who fully trusted them, attended meetings, and was all in on their expertise. Not government departments, not senior decision makers, one actual human being with a name, a role, and a specific challenge. Because when you create content thinking about that one person, their challenges, their goals, their fears, everyone like them will recognize themselves. They'll feel like you're reading their mind, and that's when they reach out. The alternative is creating generic content that could apply to anyone, and generic content doesn't convert. Think about the last time you bought something. Did you buy it because the marketing was broad and inclusive, or because you felt like they were speaking directly to your situation? Your ideal client needs to feel the same way. So here's your assignment. Identify your one person, that one client who is an absolute dream to work with. Give them a name in your head. Know their job title, their challenges, what success looks like for them. Then create everything for that one person. Your website copy, your social media content, your email outreach. All of it should make that person think, how do they know exactly what I'm dealing with? These guys get me. When you do this, something magical happens. You stop chasing clients and they start finding you. Here's what I refer to as the Lexus versus Toyota strategy. Here's a problem you might be facing. You serve two completely different markets, but you're trying to do it all under one video production company, and it's creating confusion. I have another mentoring client who runs a business that dominates in real estate content. They're doing 30 to 40 shoots a week. But they also want to go after high-end corporate lifestyle and tourism work. The problem is, when they hear real estate video, they expect an $800 price tag. So when you pitch a $20,000 lifestyle campaign, there's a cognitive dissonance. The solution? They opened a separate studio space with its own premium brand identity, same owner, different positioning. The new studio isn't competing with the real estate business. It's serving a different avatar with a different offer at a different price point. This is the Lexus versus Toyota strategy. Toyota is the accessible, reliable, entry-level option. Lexus is the premium experience. Same parent company, completely different market positioning. If you're trying to serve two distinct markets, consider whether you need two distinct video production companies. Not because one is better than the other, but because each deserves its own clear positioning. When your premium clients land on your website, they shouldn't see budget tier work. When your volume clients reach out, they shouldn't be scared off by premium pricing. Separate the video production companies, clarify the positioning. Let each stand for something specific. Here's the truth. Polarization isn't risky. Muddy messaging is. You need to be willing to say who you're not for. When you niche down, when you build a signature offer, when you pick one avatar, you're going to lose some people. Some potential clients will self-select out, and that's exactly what you want. Because the clients who aren't a good fit, they're the ones who negotiate on price, question your expertise, demand endless revisions, and leave mediocre reviews, and who ghost you. The clients who are a perfect fit, they see your positioning and think, finally, someone who gets it. They don't shop around, they don't haggle, they just want to work with you. This is why generic positioning is actually the riskiest strategy. You're working harder to attract people who aren't fully committed. You're constantly justifying your value. You're competing on price because you haven't differentiated on anything else. Strong positioning does the opposite. It repels the wrong clients and attracts the right ones. Look at any category leader. They're not trying to serve everyone. Apple doesn't make budget phones. Patagonia doesn't make fast fashion. BMW don't make budget cars. They know who they're for, and they know who they're not for. And that clarity is what makes them dominant. Your video production company needs the same clarity. Specific positioning strategy that works exceptionally well for video production companies. Positioning yourself as the external support when internal teams are at capacity. Companies with internal video teams, internal marketing teams, internal creative departments, they all hit capacity issues. They all have projects that fall outside their scope. They all need reliable external partners, but they're not looking for another vendor. They're looking for someone who integrates seamlessly, somebody who understands their brand, someone who doesn't need hand-holding, someone to take up the slack. If that's the market you're targeting, your messaging needs to reflect their pain points. Time poor, too many stakeholders, need outputs without the internal management burden. That language signals you understand their world. You're not pitching yourself as the shiny new option. You're positioning yourself as the solution to a specific capacity problem. And here's the key. This positioning ignores an entire segment of the market. It ignores the companies who don't have internal teams, who need more hand-holding, who are starting from scratch. And that's perfectly fine. Because the clients who do have internal teams and are at capacity, they'll see your messaging and immediately know you're for them. That's the power of specific positioning. So let's bring this all together. If your messaging is muddy, if clients aren't immediately understanding what you do and who you do it for, if you're working harder than ever but not seeing the results, you need to fix your positioning. So here's your action plan. Identify your signature offer. What's the one thing you want to be known for? What problems does it solve? Who desperately needs it? Pick your avatar, not a demographic, an actual person. Know them intimately. Create everything for them. Consider whether you need separate video production companies for separate markets. Don't confuse premium clients with volume pricing. Don't scare away volume clients with premium positioning. Be willing to polarize. Say who you're not for. The wrong clients will leave, the right clients will lean in. Use language that reflects your client's actual pain points, not what you think they want to hear, what they're actually saying when they talk about their challenges. Do this and your messaging transforms from muddy to magnetic. You'll stop chasing every opportunity and start attracting the right ones. You'll stop justifying your value and start commanding it. You'll stop working yourself to death and start building a video production company that works for you. Niche down or burnout. The choice is yours. If this resonated with you and you'd like more no BS business strategy, and if you need help clarifying your positioning, swing over to denlennie.com and learn about our mentoring options. Now go fix your messaging.